welcome to Above the Mark, where we take you from the soil to the office and everywhere in between.
We're your hosts, Jack and Troy, bringing you real conversations on farm leadership, rural life, and the big issues shaping modern agriculture.
Whether you're knee-deep in the field or just ag curious, there's something here for you.
So let's dig in and aim a little higher.
Well, welcome back to another episode of Above the Mark podcast.
That was entertaining, dude.
I've been working on my podcasting skills.
Your radio voice?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's impressive.
We're basically professionals at this now. So.
I agree.
Yeah.
Just out here living our life.
Yeah, I think I should take off any day now. I've said this on here before, but we are the largest podcast in Laddie, Ohio. So until someone tells me otherwise, I'm going to stick to that story.
We're going to keep that one going.
Yeah, but we're here today. We got two guests. We usually have one. We've had a couple where we've had two, but we enjoy two. And what we're trying to do, and probably more Jackie reminds me of this than I come up with it, but we want to not just have people from outside the company come in. We want to get and have an opportunity for our listeners to learn more about people that are within the company. And so any chance that we get to bring people on, we love it. And we've even started to have people volunteering for it, which is kind of cool. So I don't know if you guys got voluntold or volunteered, but
I believe I was on the voluntold list.
Okay.
That's okay.
Yeah. Okay.
But happy to be here.
Okay.
What I heard was volunteered.
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
Tomato. I don't really know
Right.
what the difference is.
Yeah.
Virginia likes to tell me that I am, let me make sure I say this right, insufferable. Is that the right word?
That's the right word.
And I hear unstoppable when she says that. So
It's all about mindset.
it's mindset. Yeah. I guess to get started, Rachel, go first, but just give us a little introduction of who you are, where you're from, where you work out of, what you do here, your darkest secret, those kinds of things.
Okay. Well, I'm Rachel Muhlenkamp. I've been with Mercer Landmark for, I think, right at 10 years. We're getting close to that.
Are you old enough to have worked at Mercer for 10 years?
Yes,
Didn't realize that.
am. I am. Although, if you ask the nice gentleman the other week, I don't look that old. So I'm sticking with that.
She pointed at me, but I didn't say that.
I have a different best
Okay.
friend. Sorry.
He's over there.
But he's way down south.
Okay.
So, you know.
Yeah.
But been here for about 10 years. My husband and I have 4 kids, and we live in St. Anthony. And I'm a grain market advisor, and I work out of Salina.
All right.
I think I covered everything.
Now, you live outside of St. Anthony, but what is it y'all do out there?
We live on a dairy farm, so we milk about, she might know better than me, we milk about 300 cows, I think. Right in there is what my go-to number. So, yeah, we have lots of chaos with the 4 kids and all the cows and everything else. So,
Which
we
one
have fun.
causes more chaos?
The husband.
It depends. It depends on the week. Like sometimes it's the kids, and then we have a week where the cows and the heifers are getting out, and then it's them. My kids are saints that week.
Yeah. Do your kids ever help? Do they help you when the cattle get out?
Yes, they do.
Do they help though?
They usually sit in the Ranger, and then we just kind of like herd them back in. I don't let them like go out there when the cows are running around. It seems a little unsafe. So they know that if like they tell me a cow's out and I say stay inside, that I really, really mean it. And if I see them outside, they might kick a little.
Yeah. We've had our fair share of calves get out, and one time we used to live on a very busy road where we fed cattle, and one was out and very little. It seemed like whenever we'd get new calves in, they would roll under a gate or they'd step out of the bunk or whatever. That first week was always just chaos. And I told Harvey, who was 5, to just stand on the backside of the barn so that I can get it back around. Just stand there. It ain't gonna, it's a little cat. It ain't going to do anything. And no more do I get it around. He just starts bellowing at this thing. And it runs right past me the other direction. So that's why I asked, because I know that it's sometimes not helpful.
Yeah, they usually just have to like either stay inside or stay in the Ranger.
Yeah,
We don't let
that's
them
good.
wander too
That's good.
much.
That's good.
Me and my oldest also have a deal that's probably not podcast appropriate.
Wow. We'll do that on the after hours.
It is a
podcast.
fantastic deal.
It's a good one.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm Deanna Langenkamp from the St. Henry area. I started with Heartland Feed Services about a year ago as a dairy and beef feed advisor. Yes, my background, I went to Ohio State, got an animal science degree, and then I went down to Texas Tech University and got my master's in like calf nutrition, nutraceuticals kind of a thing, and spent a couple years in research before starting with Heartland. So, yeah.
So what does a day in the life look like for you?
Every day's different. Kind of whatever phone calls I get the day of or day before. But I work with dairymen and beef producers to try to help, advise them on like nutrition, management, things like that. And yeah, just be a part of their team, I guess, on their operation.
So what made you go from research to this?
Nutrition's always been my passion.
Okay.
I just kind of going to grad school kind of went down the research path, and it was a lot of fun to kind of uncover new things and just like build the data resource that we have for the industry. But it was really, I was really excited to be able to come back to the nutrition side and also come back home too.
Oh, okay.
So,
Now, did you grow up on a farm?
yes.
Okay.
Yep. Grew up, my grandpa was a dairy farmer, and my parents have had like Holstein bull calves, like dairy beef. So I grew up around cattle my whole life.
Okay.
Yeah, I love it. Cattle are great.
That's awesome.
I don't know about that.
Revoke your Heartland feed service.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I forgot what I was wearing. Cattle are great.
That's right.
Yeah. No, that's cool. And I guess, and we've had other grain advisors on here before, I believe, right? Yeah. So we've talked a little bit about that. I think the grain advisors we had before were in the north.
Yeah.
So a little bit different of a role, kind of on where corn's going or that kind of thing. So I guess talk about that a little bit.
So a lot, I would say the vast majority of any of the corn that I'm buying or even the customers that I'm talking to, we are more focused on the feed mills down to the south and making sure that they have plenty of corn so that we can make the feed for all the cattle and the chickens and the pigs that Heartland feed and MPS feed. So that is a lot of what my day consists
That's
of.
a lot of corn, right? I mean,
It's a lot.
that's a lot of corn.
It is.
I don't know the numbers off the top of my head, but it's more than 10 bushel.
It's definitely more than 10
Yeah.
bushel.
Yeah,
Yep,
a little bit.
just a little.
Yeah.
So between all of them, when we're at full peak, we're going through about 400,000 bushels a week between our feed facilities. So that's a lot to maintain. Rachel has a very big job ahead of her.
Yeah.
And it's getting bigger.
Yes. Yeah.
So on the Heartland side, what geography do you cover? I mean, are you covering a large area, a smaller area? How many growers are you working with? I guess is kind of.
I think in February, so I was hired on to replace Randy Seeger whenever he retired in February. So I inherited like 100 accounts. So I work with a decent amount of customers. My territory is all over the place. I am the only dairy feed advisor for Heartland Feed Services, as far as like the adult cattle, like lactating dairy cows. So I go all the way up, Putnam, Paulding County, down, hour or two south of, Mercer County as well. And yeah, kind of both directions, east and west as well. So about everywhere.
So that was probably a big transition for your growers, right? Because Randy had been in the industry for a really long time. He had great relationships.
Mhm.
So was that an easy transition for you? Some guys, yes, maybe some guys no, or?
I think Randy and management did a really good job of like facilitating that transition. We had about 6 or 7 months to where I was able to kind of shadow Randy, learn how he did his job, how he interacted with customers, and to really learn like the customers and their operations as well. And so that helped with like a more smooth transition. Whenever he finally retired in February.
Yeah.
So since then, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. That's great.
Yeah, and that can be challenging for the farmers when there is a transition, and I think we do a pretty good job at doing that, at least from what we've seen. But I guess what is something that's I don't want to say a challenge, but something that you're conscious of that in those transition times that you think of often, when communicating with the farmers. I mean, is it just communications, like how you communicate, or priorities? I don't know if that makes sense what I'm asking, but
yeah. I think like the things that you said, but one thing that comes to mind, I guess, is that whenever I was trying to learn how to do this job, I just wanted like, this is the cookie cutter how you do this job. This is how I approach every situation. And every farm, every farmer, every operation is different. Every situation is different. And so really trying to get to know each person that I work with, each facility, each like farm, and what works on their farm and what doesn't, has been exciting and a challenge as well, just to understand and remember what's going on at every single place. So It's
Yeah.
been good. We're getting there. But
So it's like really just fully 6 months, right?
Yeah.
So, okay. Yeah, that is a big challenge
Yeah.
that you've been tasked with. Okay.
Yeah.
it's fun.
Yeah.
Learn something new every day. So
And she does great at it, like 10 out of 10.
That's
My
So-
cows are happy.
yeah.
Okay. So
I
you're
work
gonna-
with her. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, she works in this one. I don't take care of that. It's not my wheelhouse.
That's Jacob's deal,
Yes,
right?
it's his job.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think it's challenging to make those transitions, but it's also good to have a fresh perspective and have somebody that's got some different ideas. And with your background in research, you probably bring a totally different realm of ideas or just way of thinking of things. So that's cool. That's neat to see. On the grain side, I guess same thing, kind of like what right now. We talk about just profitability and things of that nature. What are those conversations you're having right now will look like or feel, or what's kind of the attitude out in the field right now?
Mm-hmm. Those are definitely like some hard conversations to have, because especially in years like this, like it is tighter and they're not. I don't know. I feel like guys enjoy farming all the time, but when you have to like see how tight all that margin's getting, it's a lot harder to have those conversations. So just sitting down with guys and talking about, finishing up everything in the bin and then talking about stuff for next year. And even like with 28 fertilizer prices going out, making sure we can break that down for them and be like, okay, if you're buying your 28 at this price, it takes this many bushels to cover that, and just breaking it down for them easier in math to make things not seem as doom and gloomy if they don't like the price of corn necessarily, and all of these input costs are way too high. Kind of breaking it down and making sure we can help them break it down and see where we can be profitable at.
Yeah,
And
it's
make sure
it's
we can keep them
interesting
farming.
that you bring up the UAN
Mhm.
prices and things like that, because I don't think most places or people wouldn't think of the grain advisor talking about that, right?
Yeah.
And we've talked about UCA quite a bit on here, but that is important
Mhm.
for you guys to talk about as well. So I'm
Mhm.
glad you're having those conversations. It's important. Yeah, I think it's cool. I think it's great.
And so with Rachel being down in the South from the grain marketing standpoint, but also she started out in the feed world, right?
Yep.
As an admin.
In St. Henry. So I was
St.
working with swine and dairy
Okay.
mostly.
So she also knows a lot of our feed customers, has great relationships with them. So a lot of times her conversations will be a little bit different because she's dealing with livestock producers as well. So
I do have some guys that say, well, Rachel, I need to sell my beans, but I also need to buy bean meal. So like, how do I do both of those? So
Yeah.
it's always fun.
yeah, keeps you busy,
Gotta,
right?
gotta look at it from both sides. Yeah.
Yeah.
So 10 years,
Mhm.
1 year. You've seen a lot of different changes through the years, probably. You've probably seen a lot of changes in a year, which is good. We're constantly changing for the better. I guess what are some highlights or things, working at Mercer, working with Heartland Feed, that if someone were to ask you why Heartland Feed, why Mercer, that would come to your mind?
So I think for me, being here for like 10 years, I could honestly say like all of our like coworkers and anyone that I work with, they're all nice people. We all have our quirks. We're all a little different, but all in all, at the end of the day, I do feel like everyone that I work with, for the most part, like we're all working super hard and diligent in our jobs because we all want the same thing, and we want our customers to be happy and be able to keep doing what they're doing in farming. So I think we're all looking out, trying to get that done for them.
I'm going to be a little biased here, but I happen to think that Rachel works for the best team that we have. I mean, it's very entertaining.
It's
So,
entertaining.
For those of you listening and not watching, I rolled my eyes. I want to make sure that's put out there.
I'm just saying, I mean,
There's a lot of laughs.
Yeah.
It's very entertaining.
Okay.
Being around us, we're a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And I'll even say you bring some enjoyment
Thank
to
you.
the days.
Okay.
I'll give you that.
Okay. Yeah, and Heartland Feed, same thing. I mean, what in your short time being here, is there something that, or maybe multiple things that come to your mind?
Yeah, I think similarly, like the team there at Heartland Feed Services, like our feed advisors. So I actually did an internship with Mercer Landmark 6 years ago, before Heartland Feed Services was even a thing. It was just
Oh,
Mercer
really?
Landmark. Yeah. And as, a year ago, I was looking at, coming back home and, looking at working with Heartland and everything. It amazed me that, within those 5 years, the team was the exact same people. Like the exact same team was still there. And so just understanding the mindset and just how everybody gets along and just enjoys working together. And I can, reach out to them with any questions because I've had a lot of questions in the last year. But everybody's been super helpful and everything. It's a great group to work with, that's for sure.
And maybe something a lot of people don't know about Heartland is the feed advisors. There's a lot of experience there, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you have a lot of team members who have been doing this for a really long time. This is their passion. So I think it's great that, they're super willing to help out, and, you feel comfortable enough going to the other guys and asking anything that comes to mind.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, it's good. So we talked about some of the things you did. Rachel, you didn't mention, but you are heavily involved with the Agro Expo.
I am.
So that's coming up. We like to bring that up every time we're on here.
And my job of the expo is to bring all the fun.
Okay.
she's a
Yeah.
party planner.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
I line up all the fun.
So most of the stuff you're doing is on for Saturday.
Mm-hmm. Saturday.
Give us a little bit of what's available on
Oh
Saturday.
my goodness. Well, let's see. We've got kitty tractor pulls, and we've got petting zoo. We've got a bunch of games with a bunch of prizes for all the kids. I think you lined up the Gators again this year
Yeah.
for all the kids. We've also got live music with Tessa Marie coming out to sing and entertain us, and all the rides and inflatables and the mechanical bull. And
Okay.
stuff like that.
The mechanical bull, I need to know, do you have access to the video of him on the,
I know who to call.
I would appreciate that.
I can get it.
That was the worst mistake. Bringing that up earlier this morning.
Yes.
It's a very short video.
It's all good. I need to
Okay.
see this.
I'm not a bull rider. Yeah.
I'm not judging. I've only been on a mechanical bull once. So,
Is there a video?
there is no video. Thank God for that, because had way too much to drink.
I had nothing to drink that day, so I have no excuse besides poor coordination. Yeah.
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 You didn't have to admit that.
This is a safe space. Yeah. We really get above the mark here. Below the mark when it comes to bull riding.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
that's fair.
Yeah. So what's going on right now in like your job? I mean, is there any seasonality to it? I guess is what I'm asking. Obviously, with us, we're very seasonal, but
Yeah, especially on the dairy side, it's pretty seasonal as well. I'm busy pulling samples. I was out at a farm this morning. And, everybody's making hay right now. So just doing ration changes and updates like that as, new forages become available and helping farmers figure out their forage inventories and things like that this time of year. Talking about, heat stress and everything as it gets hot. Cattle don't like the heat. And
Yeah.
so trying to help manage that and make sure the cows keep cooking along. So.
Yeah.
So when you say you're pulling samples, what does that mean?
So I go out, if somebody has, 100 hay bales, I'll go out and pull from randomly throughout the group or the pile, I guess. And then I send those off for lab analysis. We work with the lab in Worcester, get nutrition analysis back from that, and then I plug them into diets.
it means she's pulling samples, Jackie. I
It's
don't
kind
know
of like
what.
how he would pull a soil sample with a probe. That's what
Yeah.
And so my question is, what do you do with that information then?
Yeah. So then
There we
I'm sorry.
There we go.
I have a nutrition software that I use that I formulate rations and I don't know, it's kind of like making a casserole for cows. You make a TMR that, meets all their nutrition goals and helps them keep milking and growing. So yeah.
Good deal. Oh, and she does this at your farm as well?
Yes.
Okay.
How's her feed looking? Good.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Great. Good to hear.
Yeah. I just updated it last week. It's looking pretty good.
Fabulous.
So this time of year, Rachel, for your grain and customers, what is it that you're focusing on? What are those conversations?
So a lot of what we're starting to focus on is for some of those guys that have been dragging their feet and not looking at the stuff that's growing in the field right now. We really need to make sure we're protecting that if we haven't already. So really digging that in there, hey, we should have done this already. Let's look at what we need to be doing. And then also with the 28 programs and stuff like that, looking forward to the next crop year as well. So finishing up what's in the bin, looking ahead to what's coming and all that good stuff.
Yeah, we've mentioned on here before how unique of an area we're in.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, as far as end users, Is that something you feel like your customers recognize, or do you have to remind them of that? I mean, just
I'd say a little bit of both. I feel like sometimes you have to like give them that reminder of like, let's think about this. We can look over in like
Mhm.
out west where a lot of their bean basis is like $1 under. And thankfully we have the Cargills and the Bungies and we've got the new Louis Dreyfus plant going up. Like our basis is phenomenal compared to out there. And a lot of the companies that we work with for like our hedging software and things like that, they'll make maps that show it. So all you really got to do is pull it up and be like,
ta-da.
here's this. We are very, very blessed to be where we are.
Yeah, absolutely. We have this conversation often. Just from a basis perspective, which is the one thing that we talk about on the grain side, is we don't want our growers completely focused on basis, but also understand that that is part of your marketing, right? Make sure we're forward contracting, look at futures, take advantage of those rallies when they do pop up, you know, and then set that basis when you're ready to deliver, when you've got, you know, bins are going up everywhere, right? That continues to grow every single year. That changes our conversations with some of our growers, that changes their marketing plans. So, you know, taking advantage of futures and basis.
Yeah.
So
Even bins going up here.
absolutely.
It's very exciting.
Man, do those go up fast.
Yeah.
Isn't it impressive?
Yeah, it's like Nolan gave us a pretty in-depth tour last week, and it is so cool to like. I can't even like. I'm trying to explain to people, you know what? It's just they're just big. I don't know. It's just big.
So think about, what you just talked about, all of the stuff we're doing here at Laddie. Also, we've got MPS St. Mary's that's being built. How do when you guys are talking to your customers, how do they feel about this? About the growth that they're seeing?
My customers are very excited for this. We work with a handful of guys that are very close to that, where MPS 2.0 in St. Mary's is going up. And they are so excited to see it coming up and what that's going to do for them locally. Kind of like the conversation we just had about what's that going to do for our local markets and how's that going to affect it. And having those conversations and having another end user that close to home, I think they're all pretty excited about it.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, it's definitely one. I don't know when that's supposed to be. How far along are they? I guess.
At MPS?
Yeah.
So production up and running spring of 27.
Okay.
So
Holy cow!
yeah, it'll be here before we know it.
It is
For
wild
sure.
how fast they can move on that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess, and I don't know how much you got into this, but we here at Mercer, we talk a lot about our UCA kind of approach, our unified customer approach. What experiences have you guys had with that? What wins, and maybe it's not something specific, but just how does that play into the success of our growers?
Yeah, I think being on farm, like I definitely there's a lot of questions that I'm being asked right now that I'm like, hey, I'll get back with you on that. But there's definitely been a few situations where it's like, hey, I do know somebody on the agronomy side that's going to be able to answer this question a lot better. Let me send you forward their contact, or
Yep.
vice versa. Just help make those connections as well. Yeah, that's been really helpful.
Good.
It's always helpful to be like, yeah, I'm not very fluent in fuel or things like that, but let me get you to the guys that do, because they're great at what they do. Or even if you just know that like you're out on a farm and I know that this guy works with Fatty down at Chat, and I can just be like, hey, so this is what they're talking about and this is what we need to be doing. Or they call and they're like, hey, I talked to him about 28. So what do I need to look at on corn? And just knowing that they have that relationship and they know they just talk with all of us to help them.
And
Make
and
it
to that customer that works with Fatty, we apologize.
First
We
of all, we're
love
going to
him.
say we love Fatty, and so do his customers.
But we still apologize. Yeah. No, it's good. I'm glad to hear it. And I think that's important. Like you have somebody you can call. We like to say that our customers' business is so important that not just one of us can handle it, right? We want to have a team of people around you at all times. And it helps us on agronomy understand what they're going through, if we can understand the grain side of things, as well as the feed or whatever it may be. So it's cool to have that team.
Yeah. Okay, so ladies, let's tell our listeners here something about you. What's something you have a passion for, you absolutely love, that one it's not about work, or your 4 children, something about you
You're gonna have to go first. 'Cause I'm gonna be tired. She took out all my number one things. Kids. Yeah, those are my hobbies. So let's see here.
Yeah, I guess I like to say I have grandma hobbies. So started in COVID, everybody was like, locked up in their house trying to figure out what to do. But I like to crochet and like knit and things like that. So that's you wouldn't think that whenever you look at me. I don't think, at least, but I have some grandma hobbies that I like to do in the wintertime especially. So.
And I will say kudos to you because people have tried to teach me to crochet. I do not have the eye-hand coordination for that. It does not make sense to me, and it just ticks me off. So needles go flying.
I think the secret is to not look at what you're doing. Honestly, like I use it as a distraction, like something to do with my hands while I'm thinking about other things, whatever. So
There you go.
My sister-in-law does that, and she does it in some of the weirdest places. I mean, but we'll be camping, we're at family events, and everybody's, and she's just, what are you doing?
Why is camping weird? You're supposed to be relaxing. If that's what relaxes her,
I guess, I don't know.
There you go.
Maybe I should try it.
he's judging the grandma hobbies. It's fine.
I think he
Never
is.
mind.
I guess if I have to come up with a new hobby, me and my daughter planted a bunch of flowers behind the calf barn because my husband tore all that up and it was new, so we had to plant something there. So I was a little bit of a brat, and I said, "You're not putting grass there. I'm going to plant a bunch of flowers." So those are all blooming, and that's a lot of fun. That's our new hobby. I have a feeling I'll be out there every night
I'll
picking
have to stop
flowers.
out next time when I'm out there.
Yeah, just
Check
help
out
yourself.
Okay.
So are the flowers still, I don't know how much rain you guys have had down there, are they still doing it?
It's been raining a lot at my house.
My wife has a sign, it's about this big, that she sets out about this time. It hasn't went out yet, but it says, "My garden is not dead, it's sleeping." So
There you go. You just have to dig for mine because some of it's covered in weeds. So
Okay.
just work around it.
everything's growing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The hot, wet weather's really good for the weeds.
yeah. We have not had that wet part of it up here, but that's good.
Yeah.
Flowers are.
Lots of fun.
I don't know if it's a grandma hobby, but I have created an obsession this summer with hanging baskets because we buy them every year, and then they're not dead, but they're sleeping usually.
Yes.
And so this year, I've taken it upon myself to have hanging baskets all summer.
And they survived.
They have survived, and I've done research on how to trim them and to pluck them and to do all these things, and they're looking pretty good.
The agronomist
There
didn't
you
really
go.
kicked in.
Right? You're like saving your banana peels in water and then, feeding that to your plants.
No, but my wife likes to say that it's just my way of hiding from other things that are going on. I always find a way to just kind of disappear into
The kids don't need a bath. The hanging baskets
Yeah.
are trimmed. Yep.
Yeah.
I can see it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
bedtime. I'm like, those hanging baskets are not going to water themselves. Where I got to get out there right now. Yeah,
Okay.
Do you have to water them at night?
yeah, morning and night.
Yeah, send them. All right. Well, thank you, ladies. We greatly appreciate it. Now, the Agro Expo, what day is that?
September 11th and 12th.
Okay.
And on the 10th, I keep doing this backwards.
Yeah, it got so much fun we had to add a day.
There
Yeah.
you go. And that's from the feed world.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
so we're looking forward to that. The 10th is here at Laddie. That is the grower day. No, 11th. Gosh. Rachel, tell them about the Agro Expo.
So, Thursday the 10th, we're going to be down in Salina, and that's where we're going to be talking about cattle and all things in your world. And then the 11th is when we come back up here. You know how to take it from there, right?
Go ahead, keep your gun
Okay,
ready.
so that's when we're going to have all the guest speakers here, and we're going to talk about agronomy and grain and fuel. We'll have everybody here talking about all the important things going on in the ag industry, and then Saturdays when we wrap it all up with the community day.
With fun.
Yes, fun.
With fun.
Thanks to me. I bring the fun. Always. Along with my cohorts on the entertainment team.
Yes. Well, like Jack said, thank you guys for coming on. Hopefully it wasn't too painful. We try to keep it short and sweet, and we just like to give everybody the opportunity to get to know you guys, as well as us get to know you guys too.
Absolutely.
I think this is more for us than it is for other people, but we don't say that.
We don't tell people that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you, Jackie.
Thanks, Troy.
And thank you to all of our millions of listeners for tuning in to another episode of Above the Mark podcast. Well, thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Above the Mark.
Be sure to follow us on Apple and Spotify along with YouTube, and we'll see you next time.